Hey everyone, welcome to Second Take Movies. I'm taking over because Preston hates this movie.
I do hate this movie. This
is a podcast where we give all of my favorite movies the benefit of the doubt and watch them over and over again, regardless if Preston hates them or not. Preston, introduce yourself, bud.
This was better than Sky Captain. 100%.
Oh, man, I'm never going to live that down.
Even though I hated this, it was better than Sky Captain. I could finish
that at least.
I could finish this whole thing. We're talking about Kung Fury today.
Yeah. Synopsis: Kung Fury. In 1985, Kung Fury, the toughest martial artist cop in Miami, goes back in time to kill the worst criminal of all time, Kung Fuhrer, a.k.a. Adolf Hitler.
Oh, my God.
A movie so great, there's no reviews.
Yeah, we both just like looked and like there's nothing.
But it's got, Lonely Island Boys guy, Jorma.
One of them, Jorma Taccone.
Yeah. Is it Jorma? Jorma. Yeah. What a great movie, Preston. What a great movie.
It's
positive review. This random guy from... I knew the country before I said it, and now I'm blanking on it. See, Swedish, I think. Wanted to make a movie, kickstarted it, did it pretty much in his bedroom, garage, did it with like garbage cameras.
See, that's what I'll say. This movie or short film, somebody had an idea, and they went out and did it, and they kind of know what they're doing with visual. They know what they're doing with visual effects. Like, I would say this was like, something Corridor Crew made.
Yeah. Honestly, this could have been a Corridor Crew film. 100%. Yeah. It's not.
But it's like on par with what they do. I feel like.
Yeah.
But it's so incredibly stupid.
This was 2015 released. I can't remember when it came into... I can't remember when it came into the like Kickstarter world. Probably 2014.
Probably sounds right.
They wanted like maybe $200,000 for the budget.
Mm-hmm.
And they got $630,000.
Jeez.
So the trailer cost the guy $5,000.
Oh my.
And that trailer was what got them the money in the end. So like, I don't know. It was just like incredible. He made an additional goal for... I also kickstarted this, so that's how I know half this. He had an additional goal for $1 million to make it a full-length feature film and have it internationally distributed. Didn't make it.
It's only 30
they got
minutes.
enough money to hire David Hasselhoff to do the soundtrack song.
Wow.
Have you heard that song?
Is that the song at the end of the movie?
Yeah.
No, I have not.
Yo, there's a dude. I'll send you the YouTube video. You're definitely not.
I saw that along with it when I looked this up on YouTube.
Okay, good.
And I'll link this in the description of this episode so people can go and look at this.
Again, I know I'm repeating it like before we recorded. We said this, but I knew you'd either love this or you'd really hate it. I'm pretty sure you really hated it.
It's nonsense.
Oh, it's nonsense. Yeah.
But now that you mentioned that he's from Sweden, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's why the voice tracks were all off and weird looking.
So here's the great thing. They filmed most of this with no audio and did overdubs everywhere.
I could tell.
So yeah, but they did it intentionally, and a lot of them don't speak English well.
Yeah.
So there's a reason. I don't know. This is the dumbest cheesy movie in the world.
Because I wondered why there was a giant freaking Thor in the middle.
Yeah, that one. I saw it when I watched it yesterday and went, "Oh, forgot this was a part of this." There's no point.
A giant Thor plops down out of the sky into this body of water.
So this sucker starts.
Yeah.
The 80s for sure. Everyone's on coke probably.
Yeah, in Miami.
In Miami-Dade Police Department, Kung Fury and his partner Dragon find a red ninja in a back alley, and Dragon's sliced in half. Hey, look, for people listening, Preston's disdain just really showed. Kung Fury is struck by lightning and bitten by a cobra, which gives him Kung Fury powers.
Look, I enjoy silly stuff. But this was just too much to take. Like, I don't know what I was expecting watching this. I thought it was just a guy that made
didn't prepare you at all, and I didn't want to.
Which is probably great because you get this reaction. But what are they going to do with all that? What is Kung Fury 2? What is that going to look like?
Hey, we'll visit that at the end of the synopsis of our plot establishment here.
Okay.
I will say the things that I know what this movie is. I know it's not good. I love it though. I fully address it's not good. It's a bad, not good.
I understand. Like I said, I understand why people like it. Like there was definitely a passion for it in the comments, and obviously with the Kickstarter people paid
there's
into.
Something about European, mainly guys that make movies that love this specific '80s thing.
Oh yeah, like even oh shoot, why did I say his name? Could try to think of his name from Konami.
Hideo Kojima.
Hideo Kojima, he loves '80s movies.
Dude, look at Metal Gear Solid. That's Snake Plissken.
That's all that is.
Look at the name. I mean, but this movie, it's like the Swedish guy's voice is so low and growly because he loves Escape from New York. He wears a red bandana because Rambo had one, and so did Karate Kid. I'm like, all right, yeah, like you're doing your thing. You're 80-ising it up. 80-ising 80-fying it up. How about
there
that?
you go.
How'd you feel about the visual effect of this being a VHS?
I thought that was pretty cool because like you could tell like this was kind of based in the 80s.
Yeah.
So like that just filter effect of like the scan lines and the tracking lines or whatever every once in a while was like, okay, I get what you're doing.
I think the thing you and I can both agree on, at least, you've said it, I think, this is a visual effects masterpiece.
Yeah.
Like some guy knew what they were doing. And I think that's all this movie is. It's like, what can we do with visual effects?
Mm-hmm. Which is like, I know these guys had like a $600,000 budget, but it just goes to show anybody like, hey, look what you can do like by yourself or with one other person if you put the time into it. And I mean, you can make something like he set out to make something silly. I get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, like,
yeah. There was no doubt. But like the guy that did this, David Sandberg is his name.
Mm-hmm.
He did he directed television commercials and music videos.
Mm-hmm.
Like 2012, I'm looking at my notes and I'm not positive this is right. 2012 or 2011, he quit doing that because he wanted to make an action comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And
he made one.
He did. Spent $5,000 to make the trailer with his friends. And then snowballed. So
yeah.
They released a ton of this footage of like the raw green screen footage. And it's great. It's just so stupid. Without the effects, it is so bad.
Yeah. I
continue this.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Like after the shot where he gets bit in the alley, like it cuts to like some thugs that kick a cop car in the air and then blast it.
Yeah. Like immediately, where's reality? Where's gravity?
It doesn't exist.
No.
Because he comes flying in on the top of a red Ferrari, which is a repeat shot later on in the movie. He comes jumping in on with a Ferrari and like two SMGs in his hand and just like
Dude, he does a
Rex
sick
shop
split, son. I mean,
because there's a robot. There's a robot as well for some reason.
Whoa, Preston! It's a rogue arcane. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. Arcade machine robot.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Preston. I just got to bring it up. You didn't like the dinosaur partner he had? I mean,
Triceracop.
That's really where I was watching it and went, yeah, Preston's going to hate this.
Like, I get, like, it's wild and it's out of left field, but he's only in there for, like, and that's probably the limitations of budget. I get it, but he's only in there for one bit, like one moment. Just like, hey, to say I'm Triceracop and shake Kung Fury's hand, and then Kung Fury quits because he doesn't want a partner because his partner died.
Well, Preston, you thought this was bad, but moments later you have a flashback to Adolf Hitler, aka Kung Fuhrer.
I was like, what?
And there's the timeline, guns down the police chief and attacks the precinct through a phone.
Through a phone. He's shooting through a phone, and the bullets are going through the receiver and into the building. He shoots up the police station through a phone.
You know, there's Avatar. Then there's this.
Then there's Kung Fury.
James Cameron.
Who spends
Kung Fury
15 years working on an idea.
Yeah. I'll save those jokes. Those
James
don't belong.
Cameron has the benefit of having a multi-billion-dollar studio behind him.
Yeah, this dude just had the Swedish, empire behind him.
Yeah,
all these ice and elk. But
so Kung Fury's plan is to travel through time somehow.
Yeah, but how. So to achieve his chief, he calls his friend, the computer whiz, Hacker Man.
Hacker Man.
Hacker Man.
I think
one of my favorite characters ever.
That's the point in this where I was like, oh God.
Dude, Hacker Man. You know what, Preston? I know so many people that look and act just like him. It felt good. But Hacker Man sends him back in time.
Yep.
He rides a keyboard to go kill Hitler in Germany. But there's a glitch. And he goes back to the Viking Age.
Yeah, where there's two lady Vikings in a field.
Yeah, some hot babes.
Yeah.
Barbarina and Katana.
Yeah.
I know this by heart.
Obviously. I've tried to forget it since yesterday afternoon.
The weirdest thing of this entire thing is the Norse god Thor appears.
Yeah,
and he's
that's probably my favorite effect though, of like he got a regular sized dude to look like a giant, which they probably just filmed him on a green screen
but it looked, sometimes
it looks good. Like the effect is good.
I think Corridor Crew has talked, not this movie, but talked about the giant effect. Like they did it with Transformers. Actually, you got to make it seem slow to
make
signify
it
the size. So I mean, they did a good job. Which, again, $600,000. This guy's doing most of the effects himself, I think.
Yeah, and the guy playing Thor could not speak English.
Oh no, no! He didn't even know. I think they could have picked up a guy at a gas station in Sweden who was plastered, and we're like, "Get in this diaper. We're gonna film you for a little bit."
That's what it seemed like.
But don't worry, dude. Thor, the Norse god, can send him forward in time to finish the job.
See, it's difficult to question the logic because there is none.
Oh no, there's none. This is just pure chaos, dude.
But it's like, why do you need to go back in time when Hitler has already traveled to your present and killed everyone? Don't you just need to find him in the present?
Here's where we're going to go ahead and talk about time-space continuum.
Okay.
I know the truth because I've traveled back in time before, Preston. I'm a physicist. You can't go back in time to change events. It creates a parallel activity. Kung Fury does cocaine. He could not figure that out. I don't really think I've gone back in time. Let me be clear. That was a joke.
You can go back in time like Tenet.
Ooh, Tenet. We need to do that.
We should do that the week Oppenheimer comes out. That'd be fun.
Okay, Oppenheimer. Let me get your consensus here. I think I may have asked you this before, and I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself. I did ask you, but I'm going to say it again. Should I go to Georgia and watch the 6 mile long footage version of this in IMAX?
Probably, because it was actually shot in IMAX, for IMAX.
There's only like 14 theaters that are doing this.
Oh yeah, then I'd definitely, like, if you can do it, then I'd definitely do it.
Well, I Oppenheimer, I love the guy. Well, I don't really love the guy. I love the story. My favorite physicist is Richard Feynman. Yeah, I'm a nerd. I have a favorite physicist. He's part of this. I'm like, man, I got to do this. Also, I love Chris Nolan.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that he actually announced the end of Inception?
That's been figured out a long time ago.
He publicly announced it now.
Because Michael
thinks about it.
Michael Caine already came out and said any scene I'm in is real. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm laughing at that because Chris Nolan made an announcement about it. And he gave the most ambiguous answer that's like, you didn't answer anything, dude.
Yeah. That's the point of the ending.
He said the point of the ending is Cole's at peace. It doesn't matter if it's a dream or not.
He doesn't care if he's not in reality or not. You know what's not in reality is this stupid piece of crap.
Well, okay. Preston, let me remind you what happens next. Let me just bring you to the greatest pieces of the history of the human nation. Hitler was evil. And in this movie, Thor sends Kung Fury straight into this giant Nazi party. Yeah. We're against them. Jews are great. Kung Fury mows down all them Nazis.
He kills them Nazis.
Then he's gunned down by Hitler with a Gatling gun that's built inside of his podium.
Hitler has a minigun in his podium.
Don't you worry, Preston. Movie time magic. Thor shows up.
Yep.
Hacker Man shows up and turns into
a robot
guy. Triceratops. The Vikings show up, and there's a Tyrannosaurus.
A talking Tyrannosaurus Rex.
And they kill the Nazis.
Where they found him, I don't know.
He was back at the Viking times, man. He saw him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because that makes sense.
Here's the weird thing about this movie. It's so short. It's hard to remember the entire movie.
It is.
It's just one big neon wash of crap. Because Hitler, after this, gets his robot, Reichsadea.
Yeah, his golden statue eagle is a mech. I think.
And Kung Fury, I think, dies. And
but he gets brought back.
Buddy Hackerman revives him, to which
with hacking,
Kung Fury up Johnny Cage's Kung Fury in the nuts. Oh yeah. Then Thor drops the hammer.
Yep.
No joking comment. He drops the hammer.
He does. He's got a little
and
hammer.
He goes home. I'm not going to tell you this, Preston. This podcast is going to be short. I mean, that's okay.
I knew this was going to be a short episode.
We're back in 1985, and Kung Fury again battles the machine robot. But you get the twist. There's a swastika on the robot's body.
It's like, I've seen that before.
Hitler and the right side, yeah. It's like, into the timeline. I can't do a Nazi accent.
I can't do Nazi accent.
And they're vowing revenge, Kung Fury. I'm going to tell you straight up, dude. Kung Fury 2 is going to be the best movie ever made.
I want to know how they got Michael Fassbender to do Kung Fury 2.
I think there are Hollywood nerds that loved this.
Well, I think the appeal, like I said, is like he's a guy that a lot of people liked the idea and funded him.
Yeah.
And he's just a guy that got to make what he wants. And like whatever he pitched, Michael Fassbender and Arnold Schwarzenegger and who else is in the cast?
Let me pull it up. And this isn't a movie. This is just a short.
It's just another short? I thought it was going to be like a movie.
No. I think this one's going to be a movie. I'm saying this movie itself is technically a short, not a movie.
Right.
Yeah, I think the next one's a full-blown...
You got Jorma to coming back. Hasselhoff is coming back. So that's
which like Hasselhoff, Arnold. They've done more here. Arnold Schwarzenegger's the president. Like they have legit actor names now.
That's what I'm saying. Like he convinced Schwarzenegger and Fassbender to be in this.
I mean, they could be in for 5 minutes. I don't care. I'm down.
The girl that played Storm in X-Men Apocalypse is going to be in it.
Yeah. So they got a plot that, man, they really have updated this. So 1985 Miami's kept safe under the watchful eye of Kung Fury and his Thunder Cops. The ultimate police force assembled from across history to defeat the villainous Kung Fury. After the tragic death of Thunder Cop sees the group disband, a mysterious villain emerges from the shadows to aid in the Fuhrer's quest to attain the ultimate weapon. Kung Fury must travel through space and time to save his friends and defeat the prestigious Miami Kung Fu Academy and defeat evil for once and all. Couple fun facts that I thought were great. David Sandberg, guy that did this movie, couldn't afford more police uniforms than one. So in the police scenes, every single person is filmed separately, wearing the same clothes. Bay couldn't tell. Flat out couldn't tell it.
Yeah. Filmmaking is problem solving.
Somewhere I am in this movie. I don't remember my Kickstarter username anymore. It's on an old email. But I funded this, and all the Kickstarter backers are on the wall at the police station.
That's cool.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's...
I figured they would do something like that, like put you in as a producer or something.
I don't know if there's much more crazy that I hadn't already said.
I tell you what, I would not have funded this thing.
I didn't believe they'd actually make it. This was a point in my life where I saw Kickstarter stuff and said, yeah, I'll fund it because there's no way you're ever going to win. You're never going to make
scammed out of money.
Yeah, I was down for it, man. I'd give this a pretty hard, like 9.9. I don't really. I give this like a 7.2. Preston gives us a 2.1.
I give it a straight up 2. It's like I said, the only thing that gives it 2 points is a guy made a thing with, just some people on the internet giving him money, and the effects were pretty good. The effects were better than a actual movie that was made in the Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow, and that's like $1 million budget.
Yeah, and that movie was like a 9.2. So
that movie, I couldn't even finish that movie. I finished this short film.
Well, Preston, I'm sorry for another bunker, but it's well worth it. I'm proud of it. So what we've learned is, you're going to quit asking me what we should do next.
Yep. Oh, man.
Preston, what else have you been watching besides awesome 80s cocaine movies?
What have I been watching? I've been watching a lot of Adam Sandler movies.
Oh, God, dude, that's the best.
I watched Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison. I finished Billy Madison last night.
Billy Madison might be one of the greatest movies ever made.
I think it is.
I mean, it is.
It's probably his. I think it's his best movie. Like everybody says, Happy Gilmore or The Waterboy. No,
I'm Billy Madison.
Yeah.
I watched it recently, which Tyler Bradley and I watched that movie, and we repeated the Adorial Rules and them driving on the banana. Probably like 90 something times on this VHS. So, I don't know.
Adorial Rules. Adorial Rules.
You know what else isn't that bad is Mr. Deeds.
No, that's pretty good. I remember that
I
one.
actually really enjoyed it. I was like, man, I forgot. It's a pretty solid movie. But
I had like that Scuba Steve's. It wasn't called Scuba Steve, but I had like a toy like that, like a diver toy. I don't know what it is, but
we talked about doing it on the podcast, but you should think about Uncut Gems. If you've never seen it,
yeah, I hadn't seen it. No,
it's not funny Adam Sandler. It's like
no, it's like it's one of his like
have
good acting
stress.
roles. Yeah,
yeah, that movie. Yeah, it's anxiety.
What about you?
Dude, I haven't been watching much. I bought a bike. I think I said it. I bought an e-bike. So I've just been doing a lot of riding.
You didn't get pulled over again, did you?
No, not again. I got questioned the second time though. But yeah, it's been fun, man. It's been nice, just stress relief. Like, don't drive, just ride. I've been riding at night a lot because I have headlights and stuff. I don't know, it's just peaceful. But other than that, I said it last week. The Bear is back. Still watching The Bear. It's so good. I thought about it this week. It's Ted Lasso if Ted Lasso was dark.
The Bear?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
not as like heartwarming and fun.
Mm.
It's just like workplace comedies in a restaurant, but it's hell.
Did you see the finale of Ted Lasso?
Yeah.
Have you gotten that far yet? I
have. I'm done.
Great. It
was great. It was great, but they're going to make another season of it.
I won't watch it.
I'm not either. Good.
That's all
Let me
we
ask
need.
you something. Let me just, hey, no one else is listening. Preston got a guy here. What's the name of the lady that owns the soccer club? Bex? You know what I'm talking about, though?
Yeah. The owner of Richmond in the show.
She's attractive, right?
Yes, she's very attractive.
Okay, cool. Whew. Yep, all right.
What
got it. No, I was like, I swear this lady's attractive, right? Yeah. She is,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, okay.
Very tall woman.
Maybe that's what threw me off.
Rebecca is her name.
Rebecca. Yeah, and the other girl calls her Bexy.
Yeah. Hannah Waddington is the actress's name.
That was such a good show, man. I mean, I wish they did some things differently. Like, I wanted to see more of Tad. Like, there's a couple of characters I wanted to see more of, but they did a really good job of making everyone have their part.
The fourth season as a whole was not my favorite.
No, except for the Amsterdam episode.
Yeah, like that could have been split into multiple episodes. I feel like.
Yep.
And they could trim they made those episodes too long in that fourth season.
Yeah, I don't know. The whole thing got more.
It got away from the workplace
and got like drama period and
yeah, like
what is
on
that,
on the Office, we never really got deep into anyone's like personal life. I feel like,
but it reminded me of The Office. Later episode of The Office, I hate them. I love the show, The Office. Like the end of The Office is terrible, in my opinion.
It's
not. The show should have ended when Steve Carell left.
Yeah, but
everybody
else was contracted on to do more seasons.
Yeah.
And I liked Robert California after Michael left.
That's pretty wild. And Idris Elba.
Yeah. All right, so that's a short episode this week.
Short movie, short. Hey, this podcast is about the length of the actual movie. So
yeah. And like I said, I'll link it below. But if you have a suggestion, you can send that to secondtakemoviespod@gmail.com. You can follow us on Instagram. Subscribe to the YouTube. Leave a comment. Tell us how much we suck or don't.
Give me insult. You can see my face.
Yeah.
Not Preston. Insult me. Let me know.
So we'll take a week off because I'm going to be on vacation. But we'll come back with something. We'll see. So until then, we'll say goodbye.